Tonight, when I looked under the bed for my monster, I found this note instead. Gone fishing. Back in a week. Gabe. What was I gonna do? I needed a monster under my bed. How was I supposed to get to sleep if my monster was gone? I tried to sleep, but it wasn't the same without Gabe. I missed his ragged breathing, his nose whistling, the scrabbling of his uncut claws. How will I ever going to get to sleep without Gabe's familiar scary noises and his spooky green ooze? It was no use. Gabe will be gone for a week and I just have to have a monster. I climbed quietly out of bed so my parents wouldn't hear me. Grown-ups have some strange ideas about monsters under beds. I knocked down the floorboards and scrambled back under my covers. I waited nervously. Would a new monster appear? What would he be like? Will his snorting be as triple as Gabe's? When I heard some creaking under my bed, I knew that the substitute monster had arrived. "Good evening," said a low, breathy voice. "My name is Herbert, and I will be a monster for the evening." Herbert? What kind of name is that for a monster? You don't sound scary at all. Hey, have you ever scared the kid before? Well, no, but I have to read all the best books on the topic. Do you have long teeth and scratchy claws? I asked. No, but I have an overbite, and I'm a mouth breather. Listen. Herbert's breathing was kind of scary, but it wasn't enough for me. Listen, Herbert, I'm sorry. I just don't think this isn't going to work. I mean, there's nothing personal, but I really need a monster with claws. Picky, picky, Herbert complained. As you wish, I'll go. I heard some more creaking, and then Herbert was gone. Some scratching warned me that a second monster had appeared. "Good evening," he said in a high, silky voice. "My name is Ralph. I understand why you need a monster with claws, and if you please lean over, I will hold out an arm for inspection." I crouched on the edge of the bed, hoping to see a shaggy, sharp, ragged nails. But instead, I decided to see sleekly brushed fur with smooth, shiny claws. "Excuse me, I don't need to be rude," I asked, "but is that nail polish on your claws?" "Yes, it is," Ralph revived. "I believe professional monsters should always be well-groomed." I can tell this was not going to work either. "I'm sorry to disappoint you, Ralph, but I need a monster with scary claws, like Gabe's," I thought. I heard some more creaking, and I knew Ralph was gone. A minute later, a third voice from under my bed rasped, "Check out these claws, kid!" I gathered my courage and appeared over the edge. The claws were impressive, jagged and dark and razor sharp. So far, so good. I was a little nervous. "Could you stick out your tail?" I whispered. "Sure, but don't get scared." I peeked through my fingers at the slimy tail slithering over the foot of my bed. And that's when I noticed the bow. "Are you a girl monster?" "Of course I am," she snapped. "I'm Cynthia. Hey, do you have a problem with that?" Yeah, I do," I admitted. I definitely need a boy monster. Boy monsters are for boys, and girl monsters are for girls. Everybody knows that. Well, aren't you a picky one? She sniffed, and then she was gone. Was I being too picky? No. I knew that my monster needed to be well-clawed and menacing. I mean, the whole point of having a monster, after all, was to keep me in bed. Imagine what all the scary stuff that could happen if I got out. Then I heard a shoveling noise and some slobbering. A fourth monster was under my bed. Hey, the name's Mac. One look at his claws proved that Mac is a big, scruffy boy monster. I shivered. Maybe this one will work out. Those are excellent claws. Would you have a long tail? I leaned over to see. No, my tail is stumpy, Max slurped. But I do have an unusually long tongue. Ha! Why will I be afraid of a long tongue, I asked. Oh, I don't know, he said, trying to sound terrifying. You'll never know when I might lick you. I fell back on the bed, laughing. Well, if you're not going to try to work with me, Mac whined. I held in my giggles. I really don't think you should send me away, he warned. Kids who reject 5 monsters at once. I did not reject 5 monsters tonight, I interrupted. My regular monster went fishing. Fishing, huh? Maybe he just left because you're so picky. Fine, I'm out of here. But I wouldn't expect another monster tonight if I was you. How will I going to get to sleep without my monster? Then I heard some more creaking, loud creaking with scratching. I thought no more monsters were going to appear tonight, I asked. Sorry I'm late, kid. Whew. It was Gabe. I thought I would enjoy fishing, but I didn't, he explained. Those fish scared too easily, no challenge at all. You, however, are challenging, my friend. You're almost too old to be afraid of monsters. You keep me on my toes. Our toes. A delicious snack. The bed quivered as Gabe's stomach rumbled with hunger. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to start the evening with an enormous puddle of drool. I crouch on the edge of the bed. Green ooze spread soundlessly from underneath. Then the bed quivered as Gabe unfurled his spiked tail. He was daring me to guess where he might pop up. I shivered. So, you had some substitute monsters tonight, Gabe said, sharpening his claws on my bedpost. Were you scared? Then Gabe started tapping. I could tell if I needed to know if I still needed him. No other monster can scare me like you, I giggled, diving under my covers and pulling them up tight. Through the blanket I heard Gabe's soft, comforting snort. Ha! I knew it! We were made for each other, he growled. Then the bed is starting to slip off the bed. I knew Gabe was ready to eat. Now, if you could please stick out your tail, he said. I'd like to nibble your hair. I put my blanket back up and scratched my tail in so Gabe couldn't get them. No toast tonight, but you can have this, I offered, pushing the pillow off the bed. I didn't even hear it hit the floor. Gabe was back. The ooze was perfect. Everything was back to normal. I shivered again. I'd be asleep in no